Good day guys, my name is Darren and welcome back to the channel. If this is the first time that you're here, welcome. If you like the content, do remember to like and subscribe as this will help contribute to building the channel. So let's get right down to it. Today I'm going to show you with 9 holes of golf that I played at Sentosa, Serapong, how to identify 4 golfing mistakes that all golfers will make. When I say all golfers, I really do mean professionals as well. And then I will show you how to identify them as well as what to do with these mistakes once you know what they are. The first mistake is what we call a strategic mistake. So it's something where you chose a wrong strategy. It could be a wrong club, maybe a wrong spot to hit, or the wrong place to aim. That's considered as strategic mistake. The next mistake, number 2, will be what we call a mental mistake. This is where you have a different thought process than the one that you wanted. For example, when you see water on the right or see a bunker on the left, you instruct yourself or tell yourself, don't hit it into the water. Instead of, I want to hit it in the middle of the green. It could be because you fear of generally hitting the ball into the water, and then you make a mistake on the golf course. The third mistake is what I would call an execution mistake. An execution mistake could be a technical one, meaning that you do not have a sound swing, or you chose the wrong technique or used the wrong technique to hit a certain shot. Actually, this can be easily solved as you just need a coach to help you out with that. And I'll show you how to identify that. And sometimes it can be a combination of two, where you have a strategic mistake and then subsequently because of that you made an execution mistake. Lastly, number 4 is what I don't really call this a mistake, but some people do. This is what happens. You hit the ball perfectly, maybe center right of the fairway, and somehow the ball kicked into the water, or it kicked into a tree or into a bunker, and you thought that that was a mistake, but actually it was just being unlucky. So the 4th one is just luck. So let's head on to the first tee and let's begin. The first hole at Serapong Golf Course, as you can see, it's really tight, about it in my eyes. There's bunker on the left and on the right, and I went with a driver. This was actually the round I played for my previous vlog that I showed. It's on the top right, you can see the actual round. So this was the round before. I was trying to figure out and plan how to play the course, as this was the first time back in this course for a long time. So instead of a driver, I would have actually gone with a 3-wood. So the first tee off was a strategic mistake. On my second shot, I've got about 110 meters to the center of the green, and I've got a pitching wedge. I sort of thinned it. I wouldn't call this an execution mistake, as you know, even if you half top it from the bunker, it's kind of a good miss. So I'll take that. And I'm left with a really long putt, and my only objective is to get it as close as possible. However, this is the first hole and I'm still unsure of the speed of the green, but fortunately here I managed to sink my 8-footer for par. So with this, walking away the first hole, something I took back was just the 3-wood off the fairway. If I made a better strategy taking the 3-wood, I would have put myself in a better position to hit my second shot. Hole 2 is a downhill par 3. What I will always take note is pin positions on par 3. So on this hole, the pin is in the middle and is tucked on the right side of the green. I generally hit a draw, so to be on the safer side, I would go for the pin. If it stays straight, I'm next to the hole. If I sort of draw it a bit too much, I'm still in the center of the green, as you can see where the ball landed. The green is soft, so this gives me a sign that I can actually attack pins. And on this second hole, I've already got the speed of the first green, and right now I'm just trying to figure out the break of the greens. The greens are slightly different from the ones that I play at Tampines course. At Tanah Merah, the greens are grainier. Over here, less grainy, so I will have to adjust on the line reading. Hole 3. Now this hole 3 is one hell of a hole. I think it's really well designed. Visually it's really intimidating. However, after playing this hole, I also realized that you don't really need to hit it very far off the tee. Actually, you only needed about 230, 220 carry. So for professionals or even for myself, a 3-wood is actually good enough. I blocked this to the right. I wasn't mentally prepared to hit the shot as it was kind of daunting in my eyes. I reloaded, I recomposed myself and hit this down the middle of the fairway. So now I'm here at my second shot. Okay, not second shot. I hit 3, so this is my 4th shot. As you can see, my driver is kind of too long and now I'm blocked by this tree. So yup, a 3-wood off the tee would be much better, or maybe a knockdown driver. And on this shot, I go with a 4-iron and I'm just going to hit it really low below the trees. It's going to be difficult for me to put it on the green because of where this ball is placed. So best scenario would be to hit it to this bunker. You can see where my ball is. I got lucky, got pushed up on the rough, and then get up and down from there. The ball is sitting, I would say it's a medium lie. So the ball will definitely release. It will not spin, as it's going to be grass in between the ball and the blade. And I almost hold it out, almost. So walking away from this hole, again strategy of the tee, a 3-wood would put me in a good spot. Hole 4, par 5. I would say this hole is actually, we can put it 2 on. And I needed about, after seeing this video again, I needed maybe about 200, 210 carry only. I think 200 would be good. So actually a 3-iron, a 3 hybrid or a 3-iron would be sufficient. I went with a 3-wood here. I blocked it slightly to the right and it ended up in between the bunkers. And from this point, there is no way of putting it 2 on. So I've got to carry the trees in front of me, and I've calculated I needed about 155 to 160 meters carry. So I got out a 6-iron with a 3/4 swing and just placed it for my approach shot. And now on my 3rd shot, I've got a wedge going in. The pin is in I would say a very approachable position. So nothing, I'm not doing anything different here. So just recapping, first hole, my ball ended up on the right, 3rd hole on the right, 4th hole on the right. So if I look at it from a technical point of view, I would actually work on, so my shots not leaving too much to the right side. This par 4 is a really long one, and it's really crucial to place your ball on the fairway, or if you're slightly towards the right, depending on the pin position, you may not be able to access some pin positions. So again, I left this shot to the right. So when I look back at this video and I look at my drives, I tend to leave my ball towards the right side. So that's something I will take back and work on when I go back to the range. On this second shot, the pin is tucked far right, and I won't be able to hit this shot towards the pin. I'm playing safe and I'm aiming towards the far left of this green, or we can call it the fat side of the green. I apologize for the blurriness of the capture. I didn't hit this putt that well. I was kind of blurred too at that point of time, and I left myself with a very long putt for par. So walking away with a bogey due to not making 2 putts on the green. This par 4, hole number 6, they did some renovations to it. They've got bunkers on the left, and the fairway is basically on the right side of this hole. And on the further right, there is, I would say, a false right. If it lands too far to the right, it might actually kick towards the water. Fortunately, my ball was safe. I landed just nice on the right side of the fairway. So it sort of suit the theme where I miss my ball to the right, fortunately. And from here I had about 140 meters to the pin. So I went with the 8 iron and went straight for the pin. This is a really fantastic, beautiful hole. And, you know, as you drive up or you walk up towards the green, and this is what you will see. So my ball's on the far left and I'm left with, I would say, a 15-18 feet for birdie. So for the last few putts, I already left my putt below the hole, which means that I did not give enough break. So I would say two things to take away: my drives, leaving it to the right, and my putting, I just did not give enough break. This par 5, hole 7, as I was already missing most of my drives to the right, at this point of time I'm just feeling like I'm gonna hook the ball. It's just a feeling, not that I'm really going to do it. So with that, the ball managed to draw back towards the center of the fairway. And now I'm faced with this shot. I had to decide to play left to right or play right to left. So definitely my strength is always a right to left. So I went with a 3 iron. I put it at the back of my stance as I got to hit this low hook, big low hooking drawing kind of a shot. Managed to hit this successfully, thank God. And then now I'm left with a 65 meter wedge shot towards the pin. The pin is placed in the middle, so it's not a unaccessible pin position, so I went straight for it and left myself, I would say, about 8 feet for birdie. And then again I left the ball below the cup. Hole 8 is a very long par 3. I went with a 3 iron. I struck this really bad. It was not mental, neither was it strategic. It was just poor execution on my part. And I found myself in a very interesting spot. As you can see, my flatmates are actually walking away from the hole. I actually forgot to hit the record button when I actually got up and down from there. So this is the second time I'm actually playing the shot with the recording on. I walked away with a bogey, but nonetheless, again, my ball went below the hole. So I just got to give myself more break. Last hole, hole 9, you want a ball in the center left of the fairway. I hit this pretty well. The ball started straight, just leaked slightly towards the right. Unfortunately, the ball kicked into the bunker. So this is what I call the fourth mistake. It's just luck. I just got unlucky. So nothing to do. We just got to accept the situation and make the best out of it. From here, I hit an excellent bunker shot and the ball landed on the green. I misread this as I was still really unsure of how a green works at Sentosa. So now let's head on to the recap of this round, this 9 holes. Thanks for watching so far. Before we begin on the recap, I just want you to know that it is impossible for all of us to not ever make mistakes. It's also part and parcel of us getting better so that we can learn from the mistakes. So do not be so hard on yourself, especially when you do make some of these mistakes. So the recap, I guess just generally I made a lot of strategic mistakes where instead of a 3-wood or hitting a shorter distance, I took out my driver, as that would actually open up more dangers on the golf course for myself. And just a few keynotes that I need to be more bold and brave with some of my drives, especially on the 3rd and as well as the 4th hole. Not too many execution mistakes except for the one that's on the 8th hole, that par 3. I don't do that often, but I guess it came to a point where, you know, that I was just trying to handle the camera, putting it in frame, as well as trying to do my best on a golf course. I'm still learning, bear with me. And yeah, I think that's about it. So just 4 mistakes. So it's also good to always write them down on your scorecard so that it's still fresh in your memory. I hope this video has served some great value for yourself and in your golf game. I'll see you guys in the next video, and may the course be with you. Bye bye.